Alright, what's good, boys? Welcome to the GI Wifflecast. I'm Brandon Crone, captain of the Fisher Cats. I'm joined here by three of our league's captains, Jack Roth, Torrin Roth, and Nate Nyanko, as well as top prospect Nate Harrington. We're thinking about just doing a podcast for the off season to just give you guys something to do on the channel. By the time you see this, our pitching tutorial should already be on the YouTube, so be sure to go check that out. We're just going to be talking about some stuff, some things regarding the league, and then some fun segments as well. We're going to touch on basic intro on ourselves and the league and our plans for the league. Any and all thoughts on the upcoming draft. We're going to look at the player pool. We're going to talk about our tour of revenge for August 2023. We'll give you some context on that. Little fun segment, tier list of the day. We're going to try and do one of those each time we film a podcast, and we're going to close it off with our goals for ourselves and our team this season. And with that, let's get right into it. Alright, so start off, basic intro on ourselves in the league for our plans, like what we plan to do with the league. Again, anyone can jump in here, but you know, we're just, if you don't know, we're start off 4-team league, three players per team. Everyone will make the playoffs, and then it's just seeding at that point. I think that's the most fair matchup, like for playoffs. 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3.
It's going to be an 18-game season. Each team's going to play each team twice.
Yeah.
It'll out 6 games each year, or each team.
We'll
probably have an all-star break in between, depending on how
I that's something I wanted to do, because I mean, if we're doing stats and we're doing awards, then we might as well have an all-star game. I think you can fill
we can fill a time slot there.
I think you could fill 3 or 4 players per team on each side of the all-star team, and we'd balance it out since we don't technically have divisions in the league. That's something that we'd get to if we expand, but for now we obviously don't have enough for more than 4 teams. Obviously, the field's going to improve a lot.
The field will improve. We're gonna try to set up some lights. We're gonna try to get.
We'll have some dugouts this year, correct?
We'll have a dugout. That'll be pretty sick. We'll have a dugout. Commentary and all that. It's gonna be legit. And the good thing is that we have experience. That's one thing I thought was pretty good about the draft was that how the draft order panned out. And again, we can get into this in a little bit, but.
So speaking on the draft,
yeah,
who do you think is going to be one of the most hits for the draft? Like, who do you think is going to get the most hits in the season?
Most hits? Well, okay, we're gonna analyze that in a sec. We're gonna analyze all the draft and all the players in the draft pool. But what I noticed about how the draft order panned out is it's really impossible for any of these top captains to build a super team. If me and Torrin have the back half picks. And the tail off of talent towards the end of the draft is kind of it's definitely apparent. Like, you can develop anyone into a fine player, but
I mean, it is very substantial, the difference between the 5th overall pick and the 8th overall pick.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I think with that we can kind of just segue into the draft pool. I'll screen share my notes really quick and we'll get into that. Okay, segueing in the next segment, we are going to analyze everyone in the draft pool, the players and the captains. So not only you guys have a general description of us as players, but also so we can understand everyone. I mean, it's important to understand everyone that's here, and everyone that's on this pool we've at least seen play. One of us has at least seen play to some extent, so we can give at least decent conversation about whoever. Because these are our future teammates, so it's important to understand that. Captains up here are me, Torrin, Nyanko, and Jack, 4 of us who are on the podcast. We have, if you analyze each person here, we have for Torrin is the league's 2nd best player with a solid bat, solid arsenal, great arm talent, control issues when not in rhythm. You have me as the league's best player, great bat, incredible arsenal, solid arm talent, can take a minute to get in rhythm. Nyanko is a top 5 player with an incredible bat, solid arm talent. Arsenal still needs developing and struggles to get in pitching rhythm, tends to chase on wild pitches. And Jack, top 5 player with top 3 ceiling, a solid bat, great arsenal and arm talent, still developing but puts in the work, minor fielding errors. If anyone wants to touch on anything about that, I'm sure Torrin would like to talk about some of the fielding errors in terms of Jack here, but
I think we should touch up on that. I think we should touch up
on Jack's fielding errors. Torrin, I think you're the most fitting to talk about that here, so I'll.
Yeah, but Torrin from the fielding aspect. See, I was the one at the plate, and I remember it clear. Torrin was pitching to me, We were in a count. We were playing a little pickup game in the summer, just for fun, and I hit a ground ball to Torin, and well, it should have been an easy put out to first, but Jack dropped the ball sadly. And ever since then, Jack has seemed to have a bit of trouble in the field. So maybe that could be a negative side of being on his team.
Well, he's definitely been working on it. I've seen him putting in that work. I mean,
Well, yeah, you've been making him put in that work with your fucking in between innings, throwing him the ball and making sure he can catch at second base. But
okay,
I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, my fielding hasn't even really been anything special. So
Well,
Nate had a nice snag pop fly in our scrimmage last week. I will say
Yeah.
that was a nice over the shoulder catch on a pretty deep hit fly ball. He had to hustle to get that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
just
I had to
in
concentrate.
general.
Usually I panic when the ball's in the
Because
air.
the thing about wiffle ball that I've noticed is when a ball's hit super high in the air on a movement pitch, like the ball is spinning so much backspin you can hear it. Like you hear the and it comes down and it's hard plastic. So if you mistime anything, it's bouncing right off your hands. You're not going to catch it. It's actually really hard to catch a deep hit wiffle ball fly ball. Like it's hard.
It's
to
hard to
do that.
judge it sometimes because it hangs and it looks like it's going one way, but then with the holes in the one side, it can turn direction and it'll go different or it'll land shorter than you think.
That's what happened to us in Pittsford. On the one play, this kid got a double out of it because the ball went up to Jack, so I had him call for it, and then it came over to me, and I wasn't even fucking looking at the ball. It shifted like the entire field over, and it landed just in double zone.
Yeah.
So we had someone playing center field after that because those balls especially moved a lot because they cheese graded the hell out of those balls. Like it was.
Yeah, I mean,
it was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad, but I feel like one of the biggest things about wiffle ball is defense. I think it's one of the hardest things that you can do.
No, 100%. The fielding,
well,
and it's so crucial.
If you weren't going to say defense, I'd also say, well, being able to recognize the pitch of the pitcher's hand and being good enough to not swing at like an outside pitch that could start inside and move out, or like being able to battle without swinging through all these crazy pitches like a fish hook or something like a 12-6 on the inside dotting the bottom corner.
Yeah, no, you have the thing about fielding that Torn was just talking about is it's not like baseball where a ground ball in wiffle ball is the opposite of a sure out.
It's not guaranteed.
More people reach first base on grounders to the fucking shortstop than do that get out because, first of all, if you're fast, like how I'm gonna touch on with with Brady, who's ridiculously fast, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think I had that twisted. He's like probably just gonna reach on any ground ball he hits. Nate and I pretty much reach on any ground ball we hit as well. And I ain't go the same thing. It's just like if you're fast enough, you're just gonna reach. And if you ground to the shortstop, you don't really have a chance. I mean, if you ground back to the pitcher or right to the first baseman, but like just any form of putting a ball in play. But that's the thing; it's arguably harder to put a ball in play just because of how much the ball moves.
Yeah.
You have to. You also have to stay disciplined. Like, there's a lot to think about when you're in the box, but that's why these four are captains here. For the most part, all their intangibles are pretty great. They either have a lot of wiffle ball or baseball or both experience, so that's another thing. That's one thing that helped me learn a lot.
Well, I mean, one thing that was very impactful, I mean, once I came up with the idea of just starting something that we could do in the summer as fun, has turned into something that we are actually starting to take very seriously.
It's awesome, dude.
I mean,
it's such a good thing.
It's great. It's so fun. I mean, it's high comp, but I mean, it's
that's
like
good
relaxing.
For us. No, that's good for us though. We're young kids. We need competition,
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
one thing. One thing I noticed about when we went to Pittsford is just the lack of the lack of anything around here compared to other parts of New York when it comes to anything with wiffle ball, and it's like it really sucks. But that also gives us a window of opportunity to start something that could take off, and just gives us something fun to do in the summer and a project, get us committed on something, and gets us active, gets us competing, and also we love doing things with we've always loved doing things with YouTube and stuff with whatever it may be. We're playing games with the boys or doing whatever, so it's just another bonus.
Well, I mean, we got a big inspiration from MLW. I mean, I feel like everyone else has as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like they
Watching
really
them
started it all
for God knows how long.
Mhm.
Probably 2018.
Yeah.
just being inspired by them and actually being able to actually start something because of it is pretty sweet.
Yeah, but your captains here are all your intangibles. This is where it gets interesting, is when we're talking about these prospects. Nate, the pretty much consensus first overall pick, as I have him listed here. He's in the podcast with us. He's a top 5 player. I mean,
can we talk about the injuries real quick from the captains from like last
injuries.
season, when we like didn't have like an actual thing, like when it was just messing around.
Yeah, because last year, obviously, we all have mostly experience just playing backyard games. What did you want to talk about with the injuries, though?
Like me and Jack, basically.
Well, Jack is made of cottage cheese and has broken about 25 bones in his body 50 different times.
And I got hurt again.
You got hurt again, dude?
I threw him a football and he dropped it.
Oh my god. And then I ain't go before the Pittsford tournament, which again we're gonna touch on later. Slammed his pinky in a car door.
What about
Well, he was gonna play golf with me.
Yeah.
I think you're forgetting about our friend Joe.
Our friend Joe
Oh my
here,
God.
the consensus last overall pick, is actually a 90-year-old man. He's not even a kid. He's actually 85, if you didn't know. He cannot join us on the podcast today as he had work at Dashes. He's not able to retire yet, as he's worked minimum wage his whole life. He can still remember when dinosaurs walked the earth, and for the most part worked in the factories during the Industrial Revolution.
I'm surprised that guy could even walk still with that scoliosis he has.
Yeah, he's got scoliosis, carpal tunnel, and the list goes on. But let's get into the juicy stuff and the prospects, because like this is what everyone's looking forward to. If you guys didn't know, we have our player pool ready, so the draft will be anywhere within the next month or two. So look forward to that. This video will definitely be up before the draft, so look forward to that. But Nate.
Oh wait, speaking of the draft, do you want to tell them what we're doing for the draft?
Yeah, we are hosting a draft party, so expect like a full video on that, like as professional as we can get it. You know, we're not like a super high budget anything for our first year as a league, but we are gonna make do with whatever we have as we're doing with this podcast, and we hope you guys enjoy it. But Nate, to start off, top 5 player and consensus first overall pick. I don't think there's any argument at this point.
There is no debate.
Torn can sit here with his first pick. The captains here are listed in order of the draft, and it's snake, so it'll just go back. So Jack will have the 4 and the 5. I ain't go 6. Me 7. Torn 8. Nate's going number 1 is essentially what I'm getting at here, and I think he's aware of it.
Yeah.
If you have any thoughts on how you're going number 1, if you'd like to share out, if it's a proud achievement for you.
Honestly, yeah, it's, you know, you don't get a lot of opportunities outside of like maybe gym to be able to go number 1 in something. So I mean, being number 1 is always a fun thing. It just means you put in the work and you've shown that you have enough talent to be the best, and hopefully you live up to whatever standards you've been set. And honestly, I'm ready to just go out, try and make a championship run, and win as many games at Wiffle and play the best ball I can.
This dude just gave one of the most inspiring speeches of all time. We're gonna give this guy a round of applause really quick on the podcast here. If you wanna go around, there's no argument really here that he's going number 1. I mean, I even tried to trade up to get the first overall pick. I tried to sacrifice my future. It didn't quite work out. Torrent set, he's got his guy. I respect it. Now we got Lucas here, number 2. He's a new player, but I'm gonna start referring to him and hyping him up all this season as my Josh Allen of wiffle ball. He's a project player with top 5 ceiling, as I have listed here. I can easily turn this kid into a superstar. I've known this kid since before I could hold a pencil. All right, we got the chemistry's already there. We have experience playing together in baseball. I've already started getting him into some pitching, and he's learning pretty quickly to stay disciplined and put bat on ball, which is something you want to see from your first round pick there. I don't know, from the little bit you guys saw them play, to anyone here that saw him play, I don't know what you guys really wanted to take note of him here. I think I have an absolute stud here at my second pick. I couldn't be any happier.
I actually do.
You have a pretty solid pick.
I got 2 comments on Lucas. So I've seen him pitch one time, and it didn't look horrible, but I think pitching he could definitely improve on, and I don't think he's a bad hitter. He has a good enough eye, but I feel like for as good of an eye that he gets, he also doesn't really swing the bat. He kind of just stands in the box, and the pitches he swings at are usually really bad. They're not even close to the zone. So he has a good enough eye to watch the ball, but it also at the same time he doesn't really swing the bat, and when he does, it's not on a good pitch.
That's the process of shifting, I think, baseball fundamentals to wiffle ball. If he's, for the most part, in that scrimmage, he's taking pitches he's never seen in his life. If I get him in some off-season conditioning, give me a month, and I can turn him into an impact now type guy. 100% can easily get us over the edge. It wouldn't really matter who our third is at that point. Like I'm hyping him up all off season. I think I got my guy here. I think I have a stud in the making. It just depends on if he pans out, and his success is on me. I'm completely putting myself responsible for his development, as I should. I should be able to form a guy, especially if I'm able to talk like I'm able to form this guy into a top player in the league, then I better be able to fucking do it. But we are going to get into the next pick here, next projected pick here of Landon. Him with Ianco is a extremely scary hitting duo. I'm telling guys, like, that's a 5-run a game minimum. They're scoring double-digit points once a series type game, bomb after bomb, highlight reel type team. It's just, do you think they can get the pitching side of the ball to fluctuate in addition to that?
They also, in my opinion, I feel like they lack a little bit of discipline at the plate, though. They swing. Both guys seem very aggressive, and they're always looking for that big ball, like the home run hitter. So I think that
Well, I mean,
their only weakness is a little bit of plate discipline.
Even with that high risk, there's always a high reward with it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Ianco, what are your thoughts here? Because this is your projected pick. What do you want to share with that? Excuse my burp there.
My thoughts on Landon. He is a really, really big bat, like you guys already went over. The only downside about him, basically, is he's not really reliable, if I'm being completely honest.
The attendance is a concern. I can agree with that.
He lacks a lot of attendance. But his pitching can use some work. So can mine. But basically, that's all I got to say about him. We're both pretty good at the plate. So I really have nothing bad to say about him besides his pitching.
That's another thing I was gonna get into. Well, what I tell people with the attendance is any attendance concerns I kind of throw out the window, because a lot of guys, when they're told they're gonna be on camera, they'll show to the field, for sure. That's definitely tempting for people. But another thing I wanted to discuss with you really quick, how do you think you're going to do? Just developing this team and having to be the lead arm on your squad. There's obviously everyone needs to put in some work there, but with the time off and the rust you're gonna have to shake off here after coming off an injury. How do you think you're gonna get into that rhythm, back into that swing, and improve in terms of pitching on the pitching side of the ball?
In terms of pitching, I'll probably just, whenever we have pickup games, I'll probably start pitching and just try to get my balls and pitches in control, basically. Try to, like, put them in the strike zone more, make people swing. But I like to do, like, a submarine type pitch, and it's all over the place like it was last season, which none of you guys have seen besides people in this call. And I really just need to work on that and a lot of my screwballs.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. As long as, like, if you know what's working for you and what you need to improve on, that's the number one step to improvement, is being aware. But we are gonna segue here into John, who is a solid player with a lot of potential, in my opinion. Can be a really great pick.
This is what I'll say. Hold on, I'm gonna interrupt.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt real quick. Before I have to go and actually do something after this is why I want to get this out of the way. My take on John is he has potential to be one of the best power hitters. I think he can hit I think he can hit bombs.
That's what I'm saying.
He lacks plate discipline. He's got to fix his stance because of the rule of no crowding the plate. He loves to crowd the plate a lot. He's got to be able to put bat to ball, and even so that's just hitting. And we haven't even gotten into the defense. He's not the best defender. You'd want to put John on the first base side where all he has to do is field a grounder or catch a pop fly and then just step on first or something. Or
fair.
Or something like that, yeah. But like John's the biggest downside, John cannot pitch. And whoever takes John is really going to have to work with him on the mound.
And that's what I trust his projection doing with Jack, who I think has potential to be a top 3 player in this league. I'm just going to be real. From what I've seen Jack play, and especially at the Pittsburgh tournament, that's my guy right there. That's my Jack is an absolute dog. If there's someone that can develop someone while he develops himself, he could definitely form a solid team. I agree 100%. I don't see John huge as a second arm, which is why having 2 picks in a row for Jack, if he did decide to take John in addition to someone else, is huge.
That's going to be a very major help.
It's 2 potential second arms there. You have the 4th and the 5th pick are essentially identical value. You're getting 2 picks of the same middle tier value. You don't have to deal with a bottom talent, which helps balance it out, because like he's getting the best value if he decides to put in the work for his team. It just depends on what he does and how people pan out.
Mm-hmm.
So, picking up on you saying that, like, Jack impressed you at the Pittsburgh tournament, it was really impressive how Jack literally stood up and was a good character about it when I got hurt, and literally took my spot without hesitation and showed up to play, basically.
Exactly.
It was awesome, man, and he was
He came in with no knowledge of him playing. A week before, we had this tournament in Pittsburgh planned for 2 months, and with no knowledge at all that he'd be playing, he still put in that work, and it actually paid off, which helped us very nicely. Unfortunately, we didn't make as good as a run as we wanted to in Pittsburgh, but I mean, he was definitely a big help.
Yeah, we'll get into Pittsburgh in a sec here, again, but yeah, no, we'll get into context at least. But Jack, I mean, that kid put in more work than me within those last 2 weeks leading up to the tournament. It was huge. Mm-hmm. The kid found out he got called up. He seemed excited enough. He was working every single day. I wasn't even doing that. It's something great you want to see from such a young player, and it's why I think he's very deserving to be a captain. Fortunately, Nate wanted to be in the player pool. He was originally listed as a captain because I thought Jack was very deserving. That's why I wanted to try to get 5 teams, but I knew the player pool wouldn't end up working out. So we were just going to stick with 4, and yep. Jack would have been the consensus first overall pick in my eyes there. But everything ended up working out.
Mm-hmm. Easily.
But back to John, because we're on topic of John here. Is
this the John I'm thinking of? Like my John?
This is John Hassan, yes.
Okay, I thought so.
So, no, I think...
I mean, his arm is just so unproven.
I think he has upside, though.
It's just his arm.
He's not a second arm type player. You're drafting this kid in hopes that he's the David Ortiz, Aaron Judge of your team, and he's just hitting bombs for you while you're doing the work on the defensive side. With John, I think you have to consider another thing that's great is how I have him listed here as a great team guy. I think he's core for a great team chemistry and a good locker room scheme there. Just can really bring a team together even with guys he doesn't know too well.
He just gets along with everything.
Which is something that I'd be happy for with Jack. Obviously he's younger than us, so you'd want him to be the most comfortable with his team that he's managing, and I think John there, he knows when to be attentive, he knows when to be assertive, and he knows when to be goofy. So it's a great mixture of things, and I think he has all the upside there. He has the intangibles. He's got the pop on the bat. When he wants to put the bat on the ball, he can hit it 120, get it into Torrance Pool. But on to the next one is Nick, who I know nothing about. So if you have any description here, that would
Well, I've seen him play football before. He's definitely one of the players that I would be afraid to hit against. I mean, there's not many lefties that you face. He is a lefty pitcher, which is going to be very.
Does he have a
if he
decent
throws
arsenal?
he does.
He does.
If he throws that slider, it will, and he perfects it. That will be nasty.
He's got a slider. He's got a slider on him as lefty.
Indeed.
Does he throw gas?
He does.
So was he in your tournament, like your league that you did in like 2020, 2021?
He was not, but he did play at my field once.
Okay.
When I saw him play, he had a lot of pop to his bat. He's got a smooth swing. It's almost like Ianco's. It's very smooth. You throw it inside.
So that's your second arm for Jack. That's Jack's guy right there. So Jack's drafting a pretty good team here. I know nothing about Nick. I don't have anything to add. But from what I'm saying is, if he can develop an arsenal, that's a good second arm for Jack. That's a very serious 1-2 combo. But getting into Brady here. This is where the talent kind of declines.
He might just be the fastest kid I've ever seen.
He's definitely the fastest in the league.
He is by far.
He's definitely the fastest player in the league. And just
you talk about Brady.
We're on Brady Hillman. We just touched on. We just finished up on John and touched on Nick Galligan a little bit, who I did not know much
Galligan's
about.
playing?
Yes.
Is he the final guy?
He's the final guy to fill the spot. But Brady, because Brady's a number 3 for sure. He's a guy that can show up. He can play the role. I'm sure he can field decent enough. He can hit for contact when he needs to, and from what I've seen, he's got good plate discipline. And again, he's also a great team guy. He's someone you'd can enjoy to be around, and he's just a good athlete, so he can really adapt to any situation you put him in, which is something great. If you have any sort of natural athletic ability when it comes to wiffle ball, you can at least come in and compete, know what you're doing enough to play some form of a role on a team, and that's what you're getting with these third guys towards the bottom of a draft. Is a utility role player that can really just fill that last spot in you need, because if you're getting a top 3 pick here, how this draft is going, you have your guy. Like those top 3 picks here of Landon, Lucas, and Nate. You have your guy there. That's who you're rolling with for this season. Like you have your duo, and you just need a third to kind of fill that spot in. With Jack, he just has 2 very solid middle of the pack, high upside players, and he can really, if he gets that development in, puts in the work, he can really make a push for the chip. I don't think anyone is out of championship contention. I think anyone can win the chip.
I think, I mean, based off of what I'm seeing and how I think the teams will pan out, I think this is very even.
I love how the draft is distributed. We did a really good job there. It's a great feeling to know when you put something together and it's not broken. I don't know how else to really put that there. But
I mean, no one is terrible, which I like. Like you've got guys that know what they're doing and they want to be there.
Everyone at least can
want to be there. Yeah, exactly.
So with Mike, brand new player. And he's a lefty as well, which is something you want to get. His fundamental issues are appalling.
Hitting.
When I saw his swing, but
everything.
I saw something that I found. I know the kid. I think I can bring out the best in him, and I don't know if anyone else. Respectfully, I don't know if anyone else can really develop him much. He's projected to fall to me at 7 based on this draft board, but again, no, I don't know if he will. This part of the draft is shaky. It really depends on who Ianco wants to take at that 6, which I may consider a trade of some sorts. I'm not sure. Depends on my draft strategy here, but Mike has no experience, but from what I saw, I mean, he's able to at least make some contact and put a couple balls in play, which is what we just need with a third guy. And if he can play in the field the balls in at first base, that's always something you want to see. He's got decent speed on him, and is overall just like solid average athlete, which is just, it's good for a third man, like just someone who can go out there and he's available as long as I'm able to take him to games. He's available to go whenever, so I won't have to worry about scheduling. That's another huge thing. But it's his fundamentals, and you guys can touch on this if you've seen it. But it's his swing is completely broken. That's just what I have to start with.
I think he just really can't put the ball in play a lot. He tends to get under, or he's either under or he's over. He's never really made really good contact on the ball. And I think why his swing is so bad is because of his footwork. I think the way that he does his plant step all the way to the follow through, I think it needs work. And I think if he really wants to break out as a hitter, he should just fix his stance. Just simple tweak into the stance, and I think it'll fix everything.
Yeah, if anyone's wondering that's watching this, imagine Giancarlo Stanton's batting stance and swing form in wiffle ball, but he doesn't even follow through. So it's like he's doing an over-aggressive bunt. His mechanics on like rolling his wrists to finish his swing and bring it back is just completely busted. You'd think he's like. You'd think there's like something wrong there, but it's really he's in his own head about it, which is something else. And another thing about him is he really is expecting to want to see at some point time on the mound from whoever drafts him, which just isn't. It's not likely.
I mean, I think he could get it. I think personally he could get it. I mean, when you're facing a lefty in general. Lefties are always difficult. I mean, especially in wiffle ball. If he can just nail 2 pitches, I believe that his
problem, unfortunately, is just lack of natural arm talent. Is his problem?
That is true.
He does not throw over 30 miles an hour, and it's every pitch is hanging, and it's causing pitches to die and not hit the zone. If they are gonna hit the zone, I mean everything's just nuked. I was basically taking BP off him. Earlier this week.
I have 3 things that I feel like should just to cover real quick. I'll just start with myself real quick. Interesting fact: I don't really do it a lot, especially when I'm like playing wiffle ball seriously. But like sometimes in our scrimmage, I tend to bat lefty. I could switch hit, but normally I won't do it, which is why I think if I can learn how to hit better lefty, I think it could be an advantage to my team too. And for I got 2 more things to say. One on Lucas and one on Mike. For Mike has a really nice. It's a really slow pitch, obviously, like you said, because his arm isn't really the strongest. But he has this nice pitch where he throws it, it curves out, and it stays outside, and it can almost like nick that far outside, straight up and down corner of the zone. So I feel like if Mike can develop that pitch into his arsenal, it would be really good. And he could also throw down and in and clip inside post, I guess you'd call it, of the zone.
Yeah.
And I think the best part of Lucas's game right now is his defense. Lucas is, from what I've seen, to be a really good defender. And the only time I've ever seen him drop like a routine ball when we played in that scrimmage, he just took his eye off of it. Like it was after our scrimmage between our 2 teams.
Yeah, it was an after dark thing. It's alright.
It was just the after dark. It was
it was dark and whatever. It's yeah. I mean, and again, he told me, he's like, dude, the pop fly ball spins so much when it's hit up. But no, he's a vacuum cleaner in my eyes. That's why I put him at the short. But with Mike, what you were saying earlier about the pitch. His problem is that 99% of the time, if that's hitting the zone, it's not clipping the pipe, it's hanging, and it's just getting driven 100 feet. And another thing is, like, that's one thing you work with, but the main thing you can't really change is someone's natural arm talent. I mean, to get the guy to condition, you'd literally have to tell him to hit the gym. At that point, if he can't throw more than like 30, and he's putting might into his throw, and he's doing like set windups and stuff and throwing 30, and again, it can come in handy, but for the most part, he's just a utility man, and that's what you can't really expect much more from these bottom guys. You know, we have a very balanced pool. Sound like a broken record. I've said it so many times, but we are gonna segue here into the last guy, the good old Joe, who we were touching on earlier. It's pretty
Austin
much
with
the
us, good to see
consensus last overall pick. Another great team guy with commitment and baseball experience. A decent bat and decent fielding, I'll give it to him, I guess. Very limited athletic ability, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it just isn't there. And has good depth potential, because if you can get him, teach him to put the bat on the ball, and he has more experience than anyone besides the captains and Nate in this draft pool. He's played with us more than John. He's played with us more than Brady. He's obviously played with us more than Landon, Lucas, Mike, and obviously Nick, who's never played with us, and even probably more than Ianko, if I'm being real, because the core guys of us going is just me, Nate, Joe, for the most part during the summer and towards like the fall, and obviously he was there for when we made the pitching video and things like that, and has played in scrimmages and went to the park for different things when we're just going to play around, which can help there. The experience, he's seen my pitches. It's actually something interesting I've kept track with. He's been on an opposing team from me more than anyone else that we've played with, which is something interesting. That's
Either
something
him or me.
interesting to see. It means he's seen my pitches more than anyone else in the league, which is, there's something to be said for that. And there was something that it impressed me is literally earlier in the week, before leading up to last week's scrimmage. I talked at the lunch table, talking about how he never had a hit on me. He had never had a hit on me throughout the whole summer, and then that evening puts a grounder in play for a fielder's choice and gets on base. So like, even that impressed me enough. Just like, dude, he's seeing the ball, he's making foul tip contact every at bat. He had at minimum a foul tip. So I mean, if like just being able to develop that isn't bad. If you can have that contact guy, I mean, for the third guy, that's what a pitcher's looking for to get strikeout there. That's what a pitcher's looking. Okay, I'm in a jam. This guy's up to bat. I need to get an out here. If you can get that guy to start hitting for contact, you can get a pitcher flustered quick and get him out of that game. And that's something you want to do. If you can get in the pitcher's head, get them off their rhythm, it's huge in wiffle ball because location matters so much. You can easily throw 20 straight balls just like that, and a run's in, and the bases are loaded at that point.
About that.
Yeah,
we'll get into that later.
I just hit a little too close to home for Torrin there, I think. But if you guys have any other thoughts to add on the draft, or otherwise we're just probably going to segue in our next topic, which is the Pittsburgh tournament.
Well, I mean,
where I think Jack can talk
I'm just happy about where my pick is. I'm just about where my pick is.
Yeah, you did win winning the draft lottery is clutch. Definitely a great feeling.
I have been in the talks with some general managers about some certain moves, but until a deal gets done, I'm happy with my team.
All right, getting into our next topic here is a pretty interesting one. I called it the Tour of Revenge, August 2023. If you guys, I'll give a bit of context here. So, shout out to these guys at EWA Wiffle Ball. Great league, great players, great guys, honestly. And a great charity. They did a tournament for charity for a disease called FOP. And we took part in it. We saw a local tournament, and it was raising money for charity, and it wasn't too far of a hike. It was a little over an hour. There wasn't anything much closer, so we decided why not. We're going in to see what we're made of at this point, because we have no expectation for ourselves. We had no experience outside of
what we were doing with
backyard
ourselves.
wiffle ball.
And I mean,
and we heard there were some pretty
there,
competitive guys there, so like.
But what really sucked about that tournament was that we had planned it for like 2 months, but 2 of our guys couldn't make it. So
yeah, we're
happy that Jack could make it, like on such short notice. But I mean,
yeah. As mentioned before, and that we credit Jack for a lot, is that he came in as a sub on maybe 2 weeks of notice, if not that, and he put in more work than me. So you love to see it. But so we go to that tournament, and we have zero expectation for ourselves at this point, and we come in, we win the game in dominating fashion against a pretty scrubby team, if I'm being honest. But it really. Yep. It set the tone and the mood for how the rest of this tournament was going to portray out. And then our next game scheduled was against one of the league's all-star teams, EWA Red. of 3 of the best players in their league, Ethan and Trey Stoffer and Carter Harf, and time slotting ended up screwing us over, and a game that we were in, a game in extras. Momentum I felt like was shifting our way. That could just be my personal bias, but I feel like the momentum was really shifting towards us. They ended it in a tie because they needed to get another games, and then we were 1-0-1 and needed to win a game against the already finals bound team, who were the closest thing you're getting in our area to professional wiffle ball players. They were 20s, 30s, around there, throwing absolute fucking cheese. Like, it was just straight gas.
It was absolutely.
I was proud of myself that I was able to hold with them as much as I could on the mound. But we ended up losing 4-0 and going 1-1-1 and missing the championship.
Well, I mean, that's what was unfortunate. I mean, if we just had, I want to say, 10 more minutes, we definitely could have
That's
made
what
the
I'm
championship
thinking.
and had the revenge tour against that Marshall Marks' spot team.
Yeah, because we would have played them again in the championship, and we would have known them. We would have had a better chance. It sucks that when a game ends in a tie and it ends up screwing you over like that out of what you thought was momentum was shifting your way. It sucks, dude. I was so mad. At Pittsford, but it was nice. The journey out there was awesome. The experience was amazing, and we got cold flicks, and we got Coach Joe. So you already know about that. I'm sure I'll put these on screen at some point. But Pittsford was a nice place. I stayed there for an extra 2 hours after the tournament and just shopped, and went to this creperie place they had out there. Oh, dude, it was so good. You could put anything on a crepe. They had.
What did you get?
Dude, it was like some turkey cheese something thing on a crepe. It was a lunch crepe, and it was good. I didn't know. I thought crepes were always some breakfast fruit delicacy food that I had at IHOP once with blueberries in it. But you can put anything on a crepe, and it was really good actually. I was really impressed, and it's a nice place. Their Barnes and Noble. I was on a card hunt, and their Barnes and Noble has 2 stories with an escalator in it. Which is pretty fucking crazy. I've never seen a Barnes and Noble with 2 stories and an escalator to go up each one. But back to the tournament. We're going back this year. And we didn't have our mind set last time, but mark my words right now. All right. We have one goal in mind. I don't think winning's the only option at this point. I don't we know what we're capable of. There's nothing else. We have to do it now. Winning's what we're capable of, and I know it's a charity tournament, and they're doing 2 this year instead of 1, or trying to. But I want to win. At the end of the day, I'm not satisfied with losing. No one should be satisfied with losing. As the greatest football player of all time, Josh Allen, said, "If you point out someone that's okay with losing, then I'll show you a loser." Because you can't be satisfied with coming up short, and we had one chance, and we know what we're capable of now. We know who we're playing against now. We need to go out and do it, and we can really prove it to ourselves. And that's a fun add-on to the league. Expect a video on that. Our competitive team, the Section 6 Spartans. I'll whip out the jersey here real quick. I'll find it in my room. Actually,
I can find mine. I know where mine is.
You do?
Yeah, I know where mine is.
Yeah, if you want to show it, you can. Mine's somewhere in a laundry basket, I think.
But... beware that mine is sleeveless now. I cut the sleeves off.
Yeah, but we are. We're set on what we want to do, and I think that's good. If you have your mind set on it, there it is. Yes, sir. We made that logo. Stole off the Michigan State team. But I made it look cool with a wiffle ball and a bat. So
I also wore this for all my games and stuff. So
yeah, it makes for a great undershirt when you cut it off sleeveless. Shout out Ken West football. But I don't know if you guys have anything else to add on the tournament, but I kind of rambled there.
Well,
I had a lot to say.
It was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was definitely disappointing. Not the outcome we expected, but
no.
the next year's going to be something else. And I mean,
We-
if we have our full team there, I mean, no one else is winning.
Dude, what he said, man. Like, I want our 5 guys to show up to start off, which we can do this year pretty easily. People are gonna show up. You know, we'll have that there. We're planning it out for a year, and our mind is set on something for so long that I think that really helps. Rather than just having your mind set on it for 3 weeks, multiply that by 6 months, like, and you just have your mind set on that one specific thing for so long. The confidence is all there. The talent and the expectation is there. We have to go through with it.
We have to go out.
Comes down to us,
Who's that?
and yeah, guys, expect a video on that vlog type thing, whatever you guys want to call it. It should make for a pretty fun video. That'll be after the season. But yeah, we are gonna go ahead here and segue into the fun segment, which is tier list of the day. We're gonna try to do this one time. And we can do other fun segments too. I'm sure we won't just talk about wiffle ball, but because this is the first episode of the podcast, there's really a lot to talk about. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the tier list. Alright, now we are on to the fun segment, a little video game tier list we got for you guys. We're gonna do a different topic every week. This one was kind of just come up with on the spot, so my bad if it's a little basic, but starting off, there's a lot of games here. Some are obscure, like this first one, the Akinator. I don't like. How do you put this into a tier list?
C. It's just. I guess it's just a C. It's not really fun. It's just.
Dude, it's fun when you're 10 years old and then you.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, Angry Birds is
A tier.
Very solid game. Yeah, got me through years as a kid. Both like on the go, especially because those long car rides.
Oh yeah.
You feel sick, but
it's
you got
such
the
a W.
games.
It's
Okay.
such a W.
I've never played Animal Crossing.
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
Okay. Apex Legends is.
A B to B. At least when I played it was a B.
Yeah, it's better than it's not a bad game, and it still has a somewhat of a community. More people play it than you think. Okay, I've never played Ark. Nate, what are your thoughts on Ark Survival?
I give Ark a solid B. It's
solid.
not bad. It's fun until you do everything.
Yeah.
So it's like Minecraft.
Yeah, but just
Or a survival world
more
in Minecraft.
chances of dying.
Okay. I've played Assassin's Creed like once.
It depends on the Assassin's Creed, but if you're talking as the franchise,
As the
sadly,
franchise.
it's like I'd give it like a C because as to my knowledge, I've only really enjoyed one Assassin's Creed game, and it's Black Flag.
Okay.
Which is why Joe was talking about sea shanties today.
Oh my god, dude, that thing was. He waffles about the most random things, but that's a topic for when he's on the podcast. Baldi's Basics, another game I've never played, but I've heard of.
Never heard of it.
B.
Jack, you
It's
said
alright.
B?
No, C.
C? Okay.
It's alright, but
Nothing great.
Okay, top 10
Yeah.
game of all time, Banjo-Kazooie.
Yo. It's us.
I've never played Banjo-Kazooie.
Yo.
No questions.
the
It's actually a fun game. This dude Torn doesn't know what he's
Aw.
talking about, but it's an N64 game. It's so good. It's so fun. But okay, I don't know the Batman video game franchise. I know Lego Batman.
They're not bad. I'd say they're about a B tier for the franchise. If like what the franchise as a whole.
Okay.
They're very long. The games are very long.
I don't know what this is.
Like
Beat Saber.
Isn't that like? Is that a
It's
VR game?
It's the VR game.
it's a VR game.
I've
I've never played it.
Torrance played it.
Torn.
Huh.
What do you Beat Saber thoughts?
B.
B. Okay.
Why did you
the
just say
B move, the B movie Xbox game. I've never played.
Never played it.
We have it.
The memes, Barry.
Okay.
We never played it, but we have it.
Oh, you have the B movie
We're
video
playing
game.
it next time. Next time
Yes.
we're there, we're
Yeah,
playing
next
it.
time we go to your house, we're gonna have to play that. But
I'll have to find it
Bendy,
though.
what is
and
what is Bendy's Ink Machine?
Oh, I know what that is.
I hate
I've
that.
never played it, but I've seen it. I mean,
Jack, have you played it before?
I played it before at a friend's house, but I hate it.
So what would you rate it?
Would you
It's
rate
one
it
of those
E or
quest
F?
games.
Or
It's
do
like
you-
one of those very quest
Or
games.
do you not know? Do you not know enough about it to rate it?
I don't really know much about it because I played it for a second and then immediately died.
It's
The
it's
COD
what's it called?
franchise.
It's
is
like
next.
what's it called? It's Bendy and the Ink Machine is like you're going around trying to build this ink machine, but there's like this monster and it's like made of ink and it's like really easy to die and it's a long game.
Is it a horror game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'd say like nowhere. If I had to rank it, I'd say C tier because I mean I've never played it, but from what I've watched, it wouldn't surpass C
okay.
tier.
Yeah. COD franchise. The
S.
franchise is an S tier.
S.
Yeah. I
S
mean,
tier.
they've made so many shit games, but I mean, years of my childhood just can't put it anywhere else. Okay, I've heard of Castle Crashers, but I've never played it.
I've never played it.
It's the game with like the
Never played.
the night-looking things. They're like the one
Oh, wait, no, I
green,
played
red,
it, I
blue,
played
and
it.
orange.
I
There's
played it.
Minecraft skins for them on the old console one. But you've
Yeah.
played this?
I think so. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Castlevania. Never mind.
Oh well, that's next. So
Oh, solid A game, bro. Oh my gosh, W.
it is pretty good.
Castlevania.
I've played the older, like the old
Yeah.
NES ones, but
I also play. You can play it on the Wii.
okay. Fucking Crash Bandicoot. I've surprisingly never played the game.
I have. I played it inside of a video game. You get to play it in Uncharted. I'd say it's a B. I mean, it's not actually no C. It's not something I'd like want to play for a long time, honestly.
C tier.
Yeah,
We're
my
gonna,
opinion.
we're gonna piss a lot of people off with that. I know a lot of people like Crash
Oh,
Bandicoot, but
Yeah,
I don't know what this is either. CS:GO. Luckily,
I've never played CS:GO.
Yeah, we're not with Joe here, so we don't know.
Cuphead.
Cuphead.
C.
We're gonna C for Cuphead. Isn't it like really hard?
Yeah, but it's like really boring at the same time.
I heard this game sucks. Cyberpunk.
Oh, I've heard it. I've seen John play it. It doesn't look fun. It's an open world
not
game.
fun.
It's like Watch Dogs, but a little bit
It's
different.
not fun.
It's a little worse.
It's
No.
worse than Watch Dogs. God,
Do we know enough about it to rate it?
I don't know enough about it. I mean, I've watched someone play it, but that's about it.
Alright, I'm gonna put in don't know. Dark Souls. I haven't played it, but I
That's
know
a horror game. I know about it.
I know it is like the hardest game ever. But
Yeah,
I don't know much else.
yeah. I don't know much.
the Destiny franchise.
C. It's mid as fuck.
Yeah, I mean Destiny 2 is fun.
Yeah, but that's the only Destiny game I could. Oh, Disney Infinity put in F. It's a disgrace to Skylanders.
Disney Infinity sucks so bad. We had such strong takes on it in Torn's neighbor's garage at the yard sale, and we just see Disney Infinity characters in the
Yeah.
Skylander bin. The Donkey Kong franchise is.
I
Donkey
actually
Kong
haven't
Country.
played a lot of Donkey Kong, so
Put it in A. I mean, Troy Dan inspired me to play Donkey Kong Country
Yeah.
too.
Donkey
But I'd
Kong
already
Country
played
2.
other Donkey Kong countries and the original Donkey Kong game at the arcade, obviously. And it's, you can't beat the classics. But the Doom franchise is next.
I've played Doom. I'd say it's C. I mean, it's a little difficult, but it's like a downgrade of COD Zombies, in my opinion.
Okay. Oh, I don't know what the hell this is. Dragon Quest. Don't know.
It's I honestly don't know.
FIFA. I have never played.
I
FIFA
played World Cup, and
Oh,
it was
it's
actually
B.
fun.
Yeah, World Cup's fun. B.
B. Okay. I've never played any Final Fantasy either.
Me neither. I've seen videos on it, but I've never played it.
Every rapper seems to put Final Fantasy in a lyric of some sort too.
Or just like to play it.
Yeah. Fire Emblem. I haven't played that either. Another Nintendo
Oh
game.
god, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dude, it's I don't know where we'd want to put this because I mean I'm
I
not
say
in
put
third.
that. I say put that at B or A.
I'd put it in B because I'm not in
Put it
third
in B.
grade anymore.
Fortnite. Are we talking just
Easy.
all
S
time?
tier.
All
It's the
time
best game.
Fortnite?
It's the greatest game of all time. I don't want to hear it. It's like Prime Fortnite. You're taking over any other game you've ever played.
Yeah.
If you have to forget. You get to remember one game and forget any other game you ever played. You're remembering Fortnite for its prime and forgetting everything else, including Minecraft.
What is
Even though
Game and Watch?
Oh, it's like I only know it because of Smash Bros. But I've never actually played it. I don't know if Jack, if you have or not, but I only know
What?
it. Game and Watch. I only know it because the
No.
Never
dude.
played
I only
that.
know it because of the Smash Bros. Guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
All right. I'm gonna put it. I don't know. Geometry Dash.
I never played a lot of Geometry Dash. I mean, I've
It's-
played it, but
I
not
have.
like
That game is
I
a
think B or
solid
A.
A.
Yeah, I would probably put an A.
Solid A.
Goat Simulator. Why is this a game?
Who the hell?
It's on Steam.
So boring.
Why is Goat Simulator a game? Like,
I don't know.
dude, what do you even do? Like, what?
You just fly around as a goat and you can do whatever. It's just
Fly
whatever.
around.
So it's an open world game with no objective.
With no context, no objective. You just destroy stuff.
Okay. God of War. I know there's a new one coming out.
I've played the God of War. I mean,
the original one wasn't bad.
I think it's a B tier franchise.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Off-brand
Can't read
Fortnite. Technically
H1Z1?
off-brand PUBG. Or maybe
Never
this
played
was first too.
H1Z1.
Yeah, I've never played it. I've just seen that's where Ninja is like, the fuck you say to me, you little shit. That's the game he was playing when he was saying that. Halo franchise is.
Probably. I haven't played Halo in so long. I'd say an A. Laser sword makes.
I'd put it in
an
A because after, like, well, first of all, they don't make games anymore, really, and then also just after.
A needler.
After I turned 10, I just didn't really like it much anymore, because there was nothing to play. But I don't know what Hytale is.
I don't either.
Oh, dear.
the .io.
Are these
games.
just all .io games?
Yeah, I'd put it in C tier.
.io.
Yeah, they're.
I say B tier.
There's some good ones.
Yeah,
and there's some really
sorry,
bad
yeah,
ones.
Nate, you're honing them with C. I think I'd put them up one more. I mean,
Yeah,
I
with
played
B.
Slither too much
Yeah.
to like
Yeah, but what else do you play besides Slither?
Agario.
What games do you play on your
Okay,
phone?
what else do you play besides Agario?
There's 2 IO games. What else do I need to name?
Bro, Slither.io.
Yeah,
We're just
Slither.io
talking about
and
them, we're talking
Agar.io.
about them as like games that they've produced. I'm just saying that's why they'd get.
Oh, I don't
C
know any. I don't know any.
Yo,
others.
what's the one with the color things that you like?
The
Take
circles?
tier. Agario.
The circles?
That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Agario. That was the first one I played, and then Slither is. But it's,
I played
Slither's the
Slither
best.
before that.
Slither's the best. Okay, I've heard of this game Kick Buddy, but I've never played it.
Oh, I've played it. It's C. All you do is
Kick,
there's a guy
yeah,
that's
you
really
just-
annoying, and all you do is just find different ways of killing him.
Really? Alright.
That's
Yep.
it.
Kid Icarus. I've never played
Never
it.
played it.
Yeah, I've
Never
never
played
played it. I've
I
played.
can't lie. You can call me uncultured. I've never played Kirby outside of Smash Bros.
I've played the old
Neither have I.
school games, but I haven't played them enough to rate it in a long time. So I'm just gonna.
Lego.
Lego's an S tier.
A.
Easy.
Yeah.
Torin, buddy. We need to talk
Madden,
about what
put
you
it
just said.
Madden
Okay.
as a proud member of the Madden community. I would say it's an A tier
It-
franchise. Nothing higher than an.
Then
No
Shell
lower than a
has
B.
to be something else.
Chell is worse than Madden, but
Is that Mario Kart?
Mario
Mario
Kart's an
Kart
S
is an
tier.
easy S tier. Yeah.
Steer
Mega
games.
Man.
Mega Man is him.
I've never played a Mega Man game though.
Am I the only one
Outside
here?
of Smash Bros. Outside of Smash, I've never played Mega Man.
If anyone else would like to speak their piece on Mega Man,
I've never played Mega Man.
No.
I'm gonna put him in the A then because he's him. The games are so fun, and they just because I've played the older ones, and there's
What's Metal Gear?
there's just so much. Okay, there's like I've heard of the game. I've never played it, but
I've never played it.
dude, yeah, no, Mega Man is fucking get on Mega Man, bro. Like just the older ones, they're so fun because it's okay. It's a carbon copy of the same game at hand every single time, but there's different bosses and different levels, and so you never really like they don't really run out of ideas, which is something that I like. Everything feels.
Dude, I
fresh,
gotta
it
go.
feels like the
I
same
gotta go
game at the
eat
same
dinner. I gotta go eat dinner, but I want to finish the tier list.
time. Alright, let's finish the tier list. Has anyone? I've played Metroid. The
No,
first Metroid.
I've never.
It's solid. I put it at B. I've played the first game only. All
S tier.
S tier for
Minecraft, S tier.
Minecraft.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat. B.
This is an interesting one. Yeah. Okay. So
Better-
Greg would be.
Yo,
kinda
put
pissed at
Shell
us.
in F, bro.
Street
I
Fighter's
hate
better.
Shell.
Shell and F.
Put it in A.
Street Fighter's better than Mortal
No,
Kombat. in my
no, we should
opinion.
have a
Yeah.
certain tier that just says, why did
B.
you call for that?
And NHL's B.
B tier. Okay.
You should
Yeah.
put that in the, why did you call for that?
Overcooked. What is this?
Never
I've
played.
never seen that.
I've never played Overwatch either.
Never played whatever that is.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Pac-Man's like the same game, but it's a classic.
So I'll put it in B. It's a solid game.
Persona.
Never played this either. This is that game that Seth Gaz said that he liked in
Oh.
that one thing on the Google Meets, Nate.
Oh.
Okay, I've never played Pikmin either.
No. Where would we
Nope.
put Plants vs Zombies?
Hey,
Hey,
A? Yeah.
Hey, I
Jack
could
has a
get an A.
PS4 game of Plants vs Zombies.
Same. I also have
I
the
can
2 on my
respectfully
phone.
rate this pretty high. PUBG, I never played it.
played
It just seems it's so much worse than compared to Fortnite.
It's
Okay.
only good. People only kept playing it for its mobile. This is an S tier franchise.
S tier.
S tier game, S tier cards, S tier
Pop-
show, S
Pop
tier.
Tropica, is that what it says?
Yes.
Okay,
I bought cards
I'm gonna go
like a
eat.
couple days ago.
I'm gonna go eat. So the
Yeah,
only
we'll
thing
just finish this without you.
just put Skylanders in S tier for me.
Oh yeah, I got you. But
Yeah,
what
you
is
might
Pop
want to.
Tropica?
I've never heard of it.
Okay.
Just put an F because it sounds bad.
Portal.
Never heard.
Oh wait, no, I do know this game, but I've never played it. It's a puzzle game, and it's like Torn. You
I've
know,
like never heard of like.
you know how
half
in
these
Splitgate.
games.
You know, in Splitgate,
What about it?
how you
Mhm.
make portals with like a path and a path. So how they also do it
Yeah.
in like Rick and Morty. Yeah, that's you do puzzle. It's that, but imagine that like mechanic, but into like a puzzle game. That's what
That
Portal
actually
is.
sounds nice. That actually sounds fun.
I know. It was popular for a while. I don't really know if it is anymore. Punch Out is fun as fuck. I've only played the original though. I haven't played the Wii version. But I would put it like an A comfortably, respectfully. I've never played Ratchet and Clank. I'm sure Nate has.
Clank? Nate definitely has. I've never heard. I've never played it.
Yeah, I've never played it either. Rayman. I only know him because he's the guy in Brawlhalla. Tor. It's that guy, the Rayman. But I've never played it either.
Never played. Oh, Roblox us.
Do you
S
really
tier.
want to put it in S tier game?
Oh,
Bro,
put it in
I've
B.
played- Put it in
Put
A
in-
then.
As
No,
a whole game,
no.
as a whole game, you're gonna put it
No,
in
put it
A
in A.
tier. No, you're
Alright,
gonna put it
you
in
put
B.
it in B because only like very young kids play it now, and no other older people play it now.
It's because there's a bunch of
Actually,
weirdos on the
you-
game, and think about it, you're playing Roblox for 3 out of the millions of games that are on it.
That is true.
Think about all the weirdos that fucking role play on Roblox, like just what are you doing in that situation if you run into a fucking
Yeah.
10-year-old playing dating simulator on Roblox? Like you're not gonna have a good time. Okay, dude, I've never played Rocket League. I don't know how, but I've never played it.
Rocket League.
I'm sure
I'm gonna
Torrens-
say
I know
that-
Torren
that's-
has.
I'm gonna say that's a B tier, B or A, because it's fun, but once when you start losing, you're pissed.
That's what, dude. All I see on YouTube of Rocket League is like rage.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I mean,
fun for the people that are winning.
My alarm
and-
just went on.
Yeah, I heard it.
Nowhere.
Torn Rocket League B tier. Is that fair?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. I've heard of RuneScape, but I've never played it. So
I've never played RuneScape, but I've definitely. Oh, Troyden has played RuneScape. He likes it.
I don't even know what this is. SCP. We're just gonna put that down. Shovel Knight. That's also Brawlhalla. Don't know it again. Skylanders. Is
Easy S tier.
Skylanders is the best game I've ever played. No,
Slender. Never
beside
played.
behind Fortnite and Minecraft, Skylanders is the top 3 game.
Mhm.
It's like, I don't know, that Toys to Life thing of games it'll never come back again because with price inflation now, you're gonna be spending $20 on a Skylander. But for the
I
time,
still have my old ones.
I got rid of mine sadly, and
I still have all of them.
regret it. I still regret getting rid of them.
I can give you some. if you
don't
want.
need to, you don't need to give me any. I'm fine. I had just such a collection. I gave it to some to my cousins, sold some, and gave some to Goodwill. Slender though, I didn't know there was a game for it.
Like the Slenderman?
Yeah, I didn't know there was a game for it.
I know there was games for it, but I didn't know.
I don't know what Spelunky is either. Okay, this game is really good. I don't know if you guys played the
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man on the PS4.
What is it, Spider-Man? I have.
One on the
Yep.
one on the PS4.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
so good.
A
Yeah.
tier.
Nate, if Nate was here right now, he'd be screaming at us to put it in S.
S. Yep.
I don't
love
know
that
if any
game.
of you guys
You just
played
came out so
Splatoon,
much.
but this game is so good.
Splatoon on the Nintendo Switch.
It's so
I've played it at friends'
fun.
houses. It
It's
sounds
so
fun.
I'm gonna put an A comfortably because it's like it was what my mom preferred I played compared to COD because
Yeah,
it's more
Because
kid
it's
friendly.
less, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what Spore is. Okay, I've never played Spyro. It's like you'd think I'd played Spyro because I'd love Skylanders, but I never played the Spyro games. I didn't know that he had games until after Skylanders was like after I had played Skylanders. And I also, my sister has played this Stardew Valley game before. I also don't know what this is, but I've just heard of it from her Nintendo Switch. I've never played Star Fox either, but I know what it is too. Damn, there's a lot of shit we don't know. Actually, here, let's go through the shit we don't know and put it in here now. So we don't know, I don't know what Subnautica is.
Never heard of it.
I don't know. Oh, has anyone actually
I've heard of half these games.
Has anyone ever actually played Super Meat Boy, or is it just like something I've seen
No.
on YouTube? No, okay, I didn't think so. I don't. Surgeon Simulator, Team Fortress 2. Has anyone played the Tekken games or not?
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never played. Have any of you played Terraria?
Nope. I
No.
played
What
Tetris
about
before though.
Elder
I played
Scrolls.
Tetris.
Elder Scrolls includes Skyrim. Has anyone played Skyrim?
Nope.
No.
What about Tomb Raider?
Nope.
Okay. Undertale, no, that game sucks.
Never
I've never played
whatever.
WarioWare. Is this just like the Wii?
In general,
I'm assuming it's like Wii Sports, Wii whatever games, Wii Fit, Wii. So we'll leave the World of Warcraft.
Wii
no.
is an S tier.
Xenoblade,
Don't give a
no.
fuck.
And then the Yoshi. Okay, so
I played that.
we can do. This is a game just called Yoshi.
Yeah,
Is it good?
there's multiple.
Because I mean, I've played like the old school like Yoshi's Island games, but I've never
Yeah.
played.
I'm gonna say that's like a C, cause it's not really that good.
Just as the franchise.
Yeah.
Okay. Any Star Wars games are really good.
S tier.
Yeah, I'd probably put them in S as well. I mean, we already have Lego,
Star
but I
Wars
mean,
on
even the
Wii?
other ones are so good. Street Fighter, yes sir, this is the best fighting game.
Yep. I say A tier.
Yeah, I'd put it in A as well. It's just because the problem I have with Street Fighter is the problem I have with a lot of games is like it became pay to win. Like you have to, you have to buy so much DLC to get certain characters. Like they literally fucking, they made you. There's this character in the game called Guile that has been in the game every game since the original, and in Street Fighter 5 they made you pay for him in the DLC. I was absolutely, it had me befuddled, Torn. It had me flabbergasted indeed. Subway Surfers. What are we gonna honest rating on
S tier.
Subway Surfers? You gonna give Subway Surfers an S tier rating?
B.
Yeah, cause what else could you play on your school Chromebook?
What?
I've never played
No,
Subway Surfers on
B.
my school Chromebook. I'm not gonna lie.
B.
You get that desperate if you don't have anything.
B.
I'm putting it in
fucking
A.
B.
I'll put it.
Put it in B.
B. Okay. All right. Just any Mario game is S tier. But
S, yeah.
S tier.
I'm assuming it's
Tier
just talking about the franchise.
S tier also.
Yeah. Fuck out of here, bro.
Tetris.
I like Tetris a lot.
Say that's an A or B.
I would put it in A.
A
personally.
is sexting me.
I would
Shit.
put it in A for faux shizzle. The Zelda franchise is fun.
I watched one Zelda. I was in a Zelda game on a Nintendo Switch, and I saw one cutscene of it, and I thought one of the things were bringing a rock.
Rock?
But yeah, I'm not joking. It looks like that because he's banging his head, but he's thrusting with it.
What the? Yeah. Okay.
What are you talking?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I played the original Zelda game and I'll put it in B, but I had to YouTube like,
It was
the
on the
entire
Nintendo
game.
Switch.
I had to, dude. You have to look up the entire game.
F.
You don't like The Sims?
F.
You don't like The Sims? What's your bone to pick with The Sims?
Fuck Sims.
Well, what's wrong with I've never
lot.
played it.
A lot.
What's your bone to pick? I'm gonna need
So
some
I was
context.
watching YouTube, right?
Oh god.
And I'm scrolling through shit.
Oh no.
And then I get bored of YouTube. So I go on TikTok, and the first video that's on my For You page is... I'm gonna get flashbacks.
What was on your For You page?
The Sims characters were fucking.
What? 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 What are you talking about, Torin?
It was like you know the things where it's like you swipe and the next photo goes?
Yeah.
And I was doing that, and it was on my For You page, and I'm scrolling through the photos, and it's... and put Wii Sports in S. I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
Life sucks.
Okay, that's pretty bad. That's not how I wanted to. That's not how I wanted to end off the tier list talking about, Sims characters.
I didn't want to talk about.
Nah, if you have to get it out, you have to let it out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to give you Vietnam flashbacks, but we are gonna have to segue off that now because I don't want to talk about the Sims anymore. So, all right, to close this off, this is the first episode of the podcast. I'm sure it's a little sloppily made, but we'll get into some rhythm as we go on to the off season. Is just our goals for ourselves and our teams this season, and we can go around, but I guess I'll start. I pride myself a lot in holding myself to the highest expectations, and I know my talents and what I'm capable of, and what I'm capable of for developing certain players. So I'm really just expecting myself to bring it home. If it can't get done, it can't get done. But I don't see myself falling short. Anything can happen, but I hold myself to that standard, and I really hope to deliver. I'm sure it's cliche and that's everyone's goal, but I think I have a realistic shot at least to win the championship. And it's been my goal since I found out we were starting up a league. So, and I have very big potential to do so, all things considered. It just depends on. I gotta win the big game, so that's just how it goes. And we can go around now. But my team as well, real quick. I'll just touch on that. I just want to be able to develop everyone, and I want my team to have fun. Like at the end of the day, this is it's just a fun thing. It's a fun thing we're doing during the summer. Like you want obviously to win, but it's a backyard league. I want our growth on YouTube to be pretty decent so that we can come back and have a second season and have motivation to do so, make some more off-season content and all that. I want you guys to enjoy it as well. And yeah, I want to be able to develop my team. I want people to have fun, and I want to bring it home. You guys can, whoever wants to go now. I'm sure I just took a lot of your guys' answers, but
I don't care what I do. If I strike out 8 and I ain't go, I've already won.
That's your main goal, is to strike out 8 and I ain't go.
And hit a home run off of Brandon, which will happen, hopefully.
Whoa! Okay. I was doing a thumbs up when you said all that.
Going off of what Nate said, I also agree with what he said, as he'll be a part of Ace's Wiffle Ball.
I also hope my pitching doesn't sell. I mean, what?
Well, Torin. What do you have to say about that? Because personally, I wouldn't take that level of disrespect.
I can't believe I just said that.
I'm instigating on the podcast right now.
This is a horrible way to end the podcast. There's going so strong.
I'm instigating on my own podcast right now.
When your own player is
real though, my goal is to win the championship and hopefully just play good throughout the whole, stay consistent, not be a bust at first overall.
That's pretty. Yeah, you do have a standard here, and you guys are teammates, so you can talk amongst each other on what you want to accomplish together.
I'm definitely looking to improve my team. I want my team to be the best that they can and perform at the best ability that they can. We got to perform on those big game opportunities. Can't be given too many bad breaks. I mean, our defense will be fine. Our hitting's fine. I mean, our pitching's probably going to be our biggest fault. But I mean,
so that's just what you want
if our pitching is. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I like my team as it is right now. I'm guessing if I know who my team is, I can keep working with them and then just keep on going from there. But I do believe that my team has a very good shot at winning the chip this year.
Fair. Jack, what do you got anything to add here? I'm sure that you sound like a broken record, but
I am praying that we don't lose.
Okay.
Very badly.
Trust me, I'll make sure. I'll try my best not to absolutely shit on your team when we play.
Dang. See, personally, I wouldn't be. I just wouldn't be able to take that. But what's your response to that, Jack? How will you respond?
You shouldn't have to.
How will you respond to that information? What's your honest reaction to that information?
He shouldn't have one, judged off of what I did to him in the summer.
So, best option either is strike him out in the game or hit him in the head. Hopefully not get ejected.
Yo.
I'm charging
some absolutely wild threats and accusations. Some absolutely wild threats being made here. I love the pre-game energy we are emitting as a league right now. The competitive
game,
spirit.
more like a pre-season, dude.
I love the competitive spirit that
We have 5
we're
months.
embodying right now.
What competition is there? There's only one good team outside of mine.
Damn, yo, he just called you bad.
It's called out the whole league
He
besides one
he
team.
just called you bad. See, personally, I just wouldn't, Jack. I don't think I could let that slide. I don't think Torn could let that slide.
That's just him.
Are you gonna let that slide?
You see,
As I just said, we might
The
drill
only
him
thing
in
that's
the head a
gonna
couple
spell
times.
I can't even say that. There's no sliding.
Maybe strike him out.
you're not striking out Nate, Jack.
Yeah, I am.
I mean, he could, but
He can't hit a drop
probably
ball.
won't. Dang, you can't hit a
Yeah.
drop ball. These are some wild accusations
I
here
know someone
from
that can hit a
Jack
drop
Ross.
ball.
Oh,
That is pretty
I re-
wild.
I refuse to throw 2 pitches to someone because that
you don't
person
want to throw
nails
me
them
your
all the time.
you don't want to throw me your dropper.
That's not what I said.
Are you sure though? Is that what you meant? It's not what you said. Is that what you meant?
That sounded pretty specific, Torn.
It sounded
No.
pretty specific to a certain player.
It sounded.
No.
It sounds like Torn got
Did I
flashbacks.
take you yard
No.
last week?
No, you did not.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I don't think you're sure enough.
I'm sure.
You don't need to deny it, Soren.
Most
You know what
likely
I'm
you
sure
do.
about? My team's
Admittance is
winning
the
the
first
chip.
step to recovery.
Yeah, damn straight, Nate. Amen.
What is he talking about?
I said the only thing I'm sure about is I'm coming out of the season with a championship.
This is some strong
Heavy
words.
mentality.
I don't need to talk much. I'm just gonna let you guys watch the show. You saw the preview. You already know you saw the preview already. So I
The
don't.
preview didn't phase me. It only phased my teammates.
It phased you.
It only phased the teammates I had.
It phased you too because
No,
you
actually.
could not get the closing job done when Torin brought
Hey,
you into
I
the game.
can't do it all on my own. So whatever,
Dang,
whoever's
Torin,
team,
Torin,
whoever's team
personally,
I'm
are
on-
you Torin? Are you gonna let
I
that slide?
respect that. I respect that.
Oh, he is gonna let that slide. Okay.
whoever's team I'm on, I just hope that I don't have to do the bulk of the heavy work. Honestly,
Well, all he's saying is that he doesn't want to do any work, so that's why you shouldn't draft him and let me draft him.
oh Torrin, personally, I would never let my draft pick get stolen like that.
How are you gonna let your first overall?
Personally,
pick
I
get
just,
stolen?
I just wouldn't.
Jack, you're
Like,
just gonna
nobody-
finish in the
nobody-
last place.
Because
Nobody
personally,
drafts before you. How are you gonna
I
get
was-
the first overall pick stolen?
Are you gonna trade?
Hmm.
That's what I thought. Don't trade it.
I could trade.
Torrin, that's not what you. That's not true. You tried to trade multiple times.
Dang. Dude, we are making some wild accusations right now to close out this podcast. I love the energy. I love it. This dude Torin is absolutely flabbergasted on my screen right now.
That's it is what it is, man.
Yeah, it is what it is when you lose.
You win some, you lose some.
When
You
you lose
don't
in the
lose as many
championship.
when you play Brandon Crone.
Yeah, it's just when you lose in the championship game, it's gonna be kind of hard for you to cope. If you make it that far as the 2 seed playing the 3 or the 3 seed playing the 2.
You
You
mean
could
the
even
one
be the
seed?
4. You could
You
be
mean
the
the one
4
seed?
seed. You could
The
be the
one
4
seed
seed
playing
playing
the
the 1.
4?
You could be the 4 seed playing the 1. For all I care, I kind of have the 1 unlocked at this point. It just
Don't be so
it's
sure.
it's mine to lose. It's mine to lose. You have to
It
hope
really
I,
is because it's only your teammates that would sell.
Yeah, you have to hope I play bad, not you.
Heck,
You
no,
can
no,
play as good as
not
you
either.
want. You have to hope I play bad as well. You need
I
help
just-
from both sides.
No, I'm just nothing like. I've seen flashes, but nothing really scared me. There's only one guy on your team that's good, and I'm talking.
Yeah, give it time. I have months to prepare.
My team will
I'm
be
not ready. That's why it's a preview. It's a preview. The movie ain't. It's not the movie. It's the preview. And I'm not Vlad either, so I'm not a fraud. If I tell you this is just the preview, next year's the movie, then we're not gonna lose a fucking wild card playoff game to the Seattle Mariners after talking the most over the offseason. We're gonna win the chip. And I'm not gonna come up short. I hope you know. I'm not about to come up short because I'm just that guy, and I'm gonna condition my teammates to be those guys as well. I'm gonna get Michael Gulia a ring, and you're gonna fucking see it. Nate, I'm about to get Michael Gulia a ring, and he's gonna talk trash to you. What's your honest reaction to that information?
Michael Gulia can't talk trash to save his life.
Why no? But he was pressing you in lunch though. He's saying you're about to
When?
get to work, and you
When
did.
was he? When?
He
When?
said you're
What
about to
did
get
he
to work.
do?
He said you're about to get to
What
work.
did
and
he
did.
do? What did he do?
He pressed you. He said you're about to get that work.
He did nothing the whole game.
No, I think he pressed you. I'm not gonna lie.
He didn't do anything. Though. You know what
he
he
had
did?
a hit. He had a
He
hit.
helped me copy and paste the Clash of Clans designer base.
Bro, what is this dude waffling about, bro?
That's what he did.
That's all he
Really?
did. He didn't
That's
get a
all he
hit. He
did.
didn't get a hit in the game.
Not off me.
Yeah, you walked everyone. You didn't give anyone a chance.
Yeah.
You
I had
only
to
had to
pitch-
allow
I had
you
to
had to
pitch
allow
2
one
games straight
one
last
run.
week.
You had to allow one run because Torn brought in 5 in an inning.
Pretty much, yeah.
Torn is just sitting here. Torn, you. Oh my god.
Torn seems absolutely flabbergasted right now.
Torn's honest reaction to that information is wild. All right, is there anything else productive to add, or we're just gonna go ahead and close out this podcast?
Do you know what is productive?
I'm not answering that question. All right, with all that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close out the first episode of this podcast. Let us know what we can do better what you guys liked. We're gonna add more to this and get it more fluid as we go on. This is just a rough draft idea that we literally had today and decided to put together for you guys for some off-season content to give us an excuse to post something and not be lazy. By the time you're seeing this, the pitching tutorial will be up on YouTube, so make sure you guys go check that out if you want to learn how to pitch like us. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell. Season's starting up in April, May, all that, whatever. Torn's got to get to chorus. I got to take a shit. We will see you guys in the next episode of the podcast. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.